Hi everyone, Tyler Fleming with New Home Nation, and today I'm outside of Incanto Lago, and they just opened up the models, and I can't wait to show you around. This is going to be an amazing community. I'm really excited about it. It's out at Lake Las Vegas. It's on the north side of the lake, and this is so cool. Wait till you see it. Come with me. Let's go. Can't wait to show you inside these brand new floor plans that were specifically designed for out here at Lake Las Vegas, and these are so cool. Okay, so this first plan is called the Barona. And if we take a look at this plan, it's just amazing. First of all, it has this amazing entryway that really welcomes you into this home. And you have a true indoor-outdoor living space here that's kind of partially covered up above you, partially not. But it really is amazing because it draws you into the home. But on the way in, you turn to the right here and have this amazing indoor-outdoor courtyard area, which is really cool. They have it set up here to actually show you kind of a sitting area. Over to the left here is another guest bedroom we'll get to a little bit later and show you that. But what I'm really excited to show you, and I love this, I would definitely be sold on this feature myself, is this amazing casita area. So look at this. So as we walk into this casita, what you're going to see is this is a huge room. First of all, you have these high kind of vaulted ceilings, which you don't see very often anymore. It looks really cool in this particular casita because it really gives you that spaciousness feel that you get from a high ceiling. Look how cool. Of course, like any other Toll Brothers model, these things are decked out. I mean, they look absolutely amazing. They have this amazing hand mural painted on this entire wall, which just looks so cool, kind of a mountain scene. There's windows everywhere in here, lots of light. And if you turn over from this area, you'll see this is just a perfect space to have guests in. Their own little room, their own little area away from everyone else, which is really nice. And of course, you could make this an office or a gym, whatever you want to use it for, but it's very cool and very private. Of course, it has its own closet area with some really high ceilings, and you could deck this out with any sort of closet features that you wish. And just an amazing, amazing setup. As we go into this other area, we notice it has a full ensuite. Of course, it's its own bathroom area. So whoever is staying at your home, or if you're using it as a gym or an office, you have your own private facilities out here. And look at the detail. I mean, we see this amazing stone tile they used down on the floor. They followed it up on the wall here. You have a kind of an offset tile design on the other side of the wall. So this is just amazing, gorgeous, and I just can't believe how cool this is. Let's go take a look at the rest of the home. So as we walk back into this courtyard area, again, you're covered here. So you have a nice covered area, gives you some real privacy, also gives you some shade from that sun, which we know is really hot here for about 3 months a year, if not a little bit longer. But let's go in here and take a look. We have an amazing entryway here. Here's our pivot doors. So just a nice size pivot door, not too big, just enough to get the point across that the home is modern. And wait till you see, I was so excited to walk into this home. This is just amazing. So the first thing you see, of course, is this view directly in front of you. We're out at Lake Las Vegas. We're on the North Shore. So you're going to see mountains and lakes and everything else. And it's just gorgeous. If I take a sneak peek over here to the right, you see some things that welcome you, including the guest room over to the right. You see a laundry straight ahead. But if I look to my left here, I actually see this real cool office. And we'll come back to that in a minute. As you walk in, you're drawn in through the foyer into the great room area. You have some really high ceilings here. I would say these are about 16-foot ceilings. This is actually a single-story plan, but you can do a room upstairs as well. So I'll show you that in a minute. That's kind of a little secret. You can't even tell you can get to it from the first floor. Look at this amazing kitchen. As you walk over here, you just see a huge dining island, all kinds of space to entertain, lots of space to prep. So let's look at the pantry here. And so what you're going to notice is you have this huge ceiling in here. They obviously didn't deck this out like you could. You could actually put some cabinetry in here and take it all the way to the ceiling for full storage. I mean, you'd have storage as long as you could imagine worth of food in that pantry. But this is actually a huge space. And what I really like, again, is the indoor-outdoor here. Let's go out here and take a look at kind of the indoor-outdoor feel. And what they've done here is they've created this amazing setup that truly has indoor-outdoor combined. So you could sit out in this room, talk to the folks inside the home, be out here hanging out. You have some shade. You're enjoying that amazing weather like we have right now in Las Vegas. It's fall. It's November. It's absolutely stunning. Not too hot, not too cold. And a lot of places wish they had this weather right now. It's gorgeous. And so what's cool about this area is they came out and they're just showing you what you can do. Obviously, the backyards at Toll Brothers you do on your own later. But this is right now just showing you an idea. Here, they have a limited space here for a pool. They could have done some kind of a dip pool. Instead, they did a raised spa, which is kind of nice. The whole goal with one of these, I don't know if you ever know this or not, a lot of homes will have these raised spas. The theory behind it is that when you're sitting down on the couch, the raised part of it lets you be equal with your view below. So maybe you're blocking the rooftop of a home below you. In this case, there's no home there yet, so we don't know how good of a job it's going to block it. But it's just really cool. And there are limitations on some of these home sites because you can only go so close to that retaining wall. And so that's something to keep in mind. But they have an amazing outdoor kitchen they did here. This is gorgeous. Look at this. Really nice. You have a burner. You have a full setup here, drawers. And if you look over here, they really made this nice. They really decorated the entire yard here. It just looks gorgeous, like Toll Brothers always does. This home just looks phenomenal. And I'm always excited to see the Toll Brothers models. They really know what they're doing when it comes to this. These are these what we call storefront windows. So you're adding these windows here that go basically floor to ceiling. And we have it on this side too, which is the primary suite. So this is pretty cool. It really opens it up. And if you look at this here, you see how it lets all kinds of light in. This was a separate area right off the primary that has this kind of a sitting area. They did a fire pit. And so it's just gorgeous. You have view fencing behind you. And of course, the home site is the key. Make sure you contact me. We can get you set up with an amazing home site that might promise you some of the views that you're looking for. So let's take a look and see what they can offer for that point of view. Let's go now and let's go take a look at the primary suite. So as we walk back again, amazing kitchen, right? Amazing, great room. Off to the right here, very private, its own little area. You will notice the primary suite. And so here you see the benefit of those storefront windows. There's windows and light everywhere. This kind of looks like a loft. If you imagine, this would be like living in Chicago or New York or somewhere where you have these real high loft type feels. That's kind of how this feels. So it really gives a modern feel, something like none of the other builders have done out here that I've seen. This really gives you kind of an office building feel. That's why I guess they call it storefront, but it's really neat. But yet it also has the regular style and the warmth that you'd expect in any Toll Brothers bedroom. You know, you have amazing beams on the ceiling, and you have amazing situation here. Lots of space, lots of light, windows everywhere you look. So from this angle, you can just see it's a huge space. I think most people would really love this and call this a luxury primary suite for sure. We go over here and we walk into the primary bath, and this is gorgeous. They actually added a huge bath here. I love this. It's a freestanding tub, but it's a real freestanding tub that you can fit in. So I'm a tall guy at 6'4". You might wonder, if I'm excited about these little tubs some of these people offer, you couldn't even fit in it. This is cool. This is actually huge. You could fit 2 people in here in theory. So it's pretty nice. If you look over here, you see these vanities, high ceiling. Look, they did tile all the way to the ceiling here. This definitely does not disappoint. This is gorgeous. Look over here, and this is the most amazing closet I've seen in this kind of a space. So this truly is gorgeous. Doesn't this look like you're in some department store or something? I mean, this is gorgeous. They did the lights underneath here, kept it very open. A real spin on it. I mean, a lot of these built-ins I've seen lately all have the same look, and they look nice, but this is really something different. The architects that designed this definitely thought about doing something different. So all kinds of area. Of course, this will all be clothes hung in theory, and you'll have clothes all the way along, and then you have clothes up top, but then down below you have area for, drawers. And so it really makes it nice. This is just really unique. I've never seen anything like this. Let's go take a look at the rest of the home and see what else we have in this one. Okay, this is probably my favorite space in this entire home. Look at this office. It's so decked out. This looks like, it looks like an interior designer's office. This is absolutely stunning. This is like something you would imagine seeing in a, Class A office building. It's just gorgeous. Of course, they did the wood beams, the faux wood beams, I'm assuming. Or they could be real wood, but either way, they're faux. They're not actually holding any weight, but they're gorgeous. And so you have real high ceilings. They did the glass doors here, which are really nice and gives it that true modern feeling. This full built-in behind you is neat. I mean, this is truly a study in amazing modern design and architecture. This room looks so great. I just love what they did here. And here you have, again, shelves all the way to the ceiling. So to try to give you that view, if you're sitting down at the office here, this is your view. Sitting down in your office, this is pretty amazing. I would say if this is where you end up, that you can consider yourself have done really well, and you've you've created a successful life and now it's time to enjoy it, right? That's kind of what this is all about. So I love this space. Let's go take a look at the rest of the home here. And as I look across, the first thing I see pulling me into it is going to be a guest bedroom, a laundry room, and a powder room. So normally these powder rooms are decked out, and they did a pretty good job on this one. I wouldn't say it's as decked out as a lot of the Toll Brothers powder rooms. For some reason, they made it clean, kept it very clean and slick. I think they could have put some solid marble on this wall like they do in all the other rooms. But I'm kidding, of course. It's gorgeous. Let's go over here to the laundry room, and you'll see it's lit up very well. What I like about the lighting, what they've done here, of course, you see this lighting all over now. All the builders are basically doing it. The stuff is amazing. These LED lighting strips have changed everything. But look how it gives you an expanse. It makes you feel like that area is bigger. If it was dark up there, you would just think of it as, you probably wouldn't even think about it. Hey, I can set something up there. Here, it just makes your mind feel like there's something there, there's more space. And so it's gorgeous what it does to the mind. You'll see here they have obviously washer dryer they put in here, and there's a sink. But it's just gorgeous. I think it's a really fancy room for a laundry room. This is our last guest bedroom here. And if you look here, what I love about this is the high ceilings, and I love the detail. So if you see here, you have all kinds of space. They put a little desk in here as well. I mean, you can obviously set this up however you want. Don't forget, you already have an office across the hall, and you have a casita across the courtyard. So you have all kinds of space here to do what you want. I think this is a perfect home. And if we come over here, of course, you have the sliders taking you out to the courtyard, which that in and of itself is unique. So you kind of have the indoor-outdoor, open that up at night in these cool fall nights and get some air in your room. It's kind of nice. And if we look over here at the powder room, this is gorgeous as well. So here's the surprise. I was waiting until the end. So when I come out here and I'm on the indoor-outdoor and I'm really enjoying this, and I look over to my left and I see this amazing spiral staircase. Okay, so as we come up the stairs here and we look out, what do we see? We see an amazing area. First of all, this is a good-sized deck. You see they have the nice wood plank on here. And what I see is this amazing railing here. The railing is made of glass with iron, which is really cool. And look at the views. You have amazing views here of scenes in Lake Las Vegas, the mountains. It's just absolutely stunning and gorgeous. You remember, this is a single-story plan, but you're up on the deck. And so this is really cool. I'm kind of protected from the wind here. It's a little windy today, but it's a beautiful day. Now, if I look to my right, this is my favorite room in the entire home. And you walk this huge slider, and what do you see? You see this amazing glass, basically floor-to-ceiling glass on all sides. It just opens up these amazing views. I mean, these views are stunning. And it's a good size room. And obviously, this would be a perfect room as an office, as a yoga studio, a meditation room, or just a guest room. And why a guest bedroom? Because look behind me here. We have not only a beverage center and some shelving there. You can put a microwave and that sort of thing. Over to the left, you have a full ensuite bath. So you could see how just this would be so cool for whatever you want to use it for. Personally, I think it would make an amazing office. Just imagine all the light coming through. You're working up here. You have these amazing views. The best thing about this, guys, is it's totally separate from the rest of the home. So if you're like me and you're a loud talker and people don't like to hear you talking, you're in a whole separate part of the home that's not connected. You have to go outside to get up here, which I think is really cool. So anyways, they had me sold when I saw this room. I think you'll love it. And if you come see it in person, I think you're going to agree. This is really cool. Okay, now I'm in front of the two-story plan out here. There's actually 3 floor plans that they build out here, but there's only two models or 2 show homes. So now I'm going to show you into the 2-story. This is an amazing home. Come with me, and I can't wait to show you some of the details. So the first thing we notice in this home is they've done an amazing job at kind of blending a modern feel, modern architecture, together with other sorts of textures, which really seem to warm it up a little bit. So obviously you have your typical stucco that you see in all of Las Vegas. This is very nice, and it's a very efficient way of keeping the homes insulated because they use an insulating foam on these. It's 1 inch thick. But what you'll really see as you walk in the entryway here is the use of stone. And so a lot of builders in the modern space don't add stone to the look. And so this is a really nice way to warm it up. A lot of people like the straight lines, but they complain about the cold feeling you get from having no other sorts of materials to warm it up, which is exactly what this does. It warms it right up. And you'll also notice this metal material, these metal louvers right here, which are really cool because it absolutely changes the feeling of the whole setup, makes it very modern indeed. That almost gives it an industrial feel. And if you see here, the entryway is just amazing. Again, this is the Vento plan. So you see about a 20, I'm going to guess 22-foot ceiling area here in the foyer, which is just huge. Let's walk in through the pocket door and take a look. Well, this is amazing. I'm so excited to be in this plan. I walked in this plan several times during the construction, and this is just unbelievable to see. The first thing you notice here is a single stringer stairs over to the right, which is very modern, has a very different touch than a lot of builders I've seen in town, to where they have glass railings on the side as something you can do. It's a single stringer, which basically the stringer is talking about this area here, the area that holds up the steps. And so that's basically what you call single stringer. Usually you would see two strings or a double stringer, and that would be a little different look. But this is ultra modern with this look. And so very cool. They've done the light kit on this one as well, so it really just pops when you walk in. You can't walk in without missing it and noticing that modern feel. We also notice here we have amazingly high ceilings. Again, I'm going to guess those are 22-foot high ceilings. And you can see kind of these faux beams up here. They've done all kinds of design work in this home. It's absolutely amazing. A huge chandelier. And of course, you're drawn in, you're welcomed into this home. We have the multi-slide door opened. It's really nice because it truly creates an indoor-outdoor space. And this is just amazing. If we look in here, you could see how guests would just hang around, come on, visit. People are watching the game. You got other folks over here that are maybe in the kitchen, hanging out on the island. Maybe they're cooking or hanging out or just drinking some wine here at the bar. It's a very cool setup. It's a huge bar, in fact. So if you walk in here, you'll see a real modern kitchen. They have amazing stones in here. This looks like a granite. And if we go back to this side, this looks like either a marble or a porcelain. It's hard to tell these days. I mentioned this in my past videos. You can't even tell anymore. It's so hard to tell whether it's man-made or natural. Either way, it looks phenomenal. You'll see the amazing surfaces here on the cabinetry. It's just beautiful. So they've done a great job on this home. And you have, of course, cabinets all the way to the ceiling. And if you look over here, you have kind of an eat-in kitchen, a separate dining room area. A lot of people like this. It's open, but it's still separate, and it's actually rather large. If you look at the size of this table, it's fairly big, and you have windows all around it. So you have lots of space, so lots of light coming in, and it feels even larger because of that. Let's go take a quick sneak peek here of the pantry, which, of course, this is a pretty fancy pantry. They did it really nice with all kinds of built-ins and shelving and things like this. You could even prep food back here and use this as a workstation. They made this absolutely gorgeous. As normal, Toll Brothers does a great job on their models. Let's take a look over here and go look at the primary suite. We'll come back and take a look at the indoor-outdoor living here in a few moments. Oh, this is gorgeous. So if you look at the primary suite here, we have all kinds of detail in here. So you look at, they've done this woodwork on the back wall here, which is absolutely amazing. Lots of trim work here. They have a light design under there, which is really highlighting the area. Amazing setup here. This is what they call, I believe, the storefront windows that you can add. So it basically makes wall-to-ceiling glass to really bring in that view. Hey, you're in Lake Las Vegas, right? So if you have any sort of a view, you definitely want to enhance the view and be able to utilize that view. And so this is pretty amazing. If we look over here to the right, we see the primary bath area, which is cool. They have a kind of a his and hers, a hers and hers, or a his and his double vanity area. And it's really nice. They didn't do the bathtub in this one. I'm assuming you could probably do a bathtub right under this window area. And this is huge, though. If you look at it, it's very high ceilings in here, high mirrors. And the key is this one has a huge shower. So if you look at the space here, it's absolutely huge. And lots of detail too. If you see this amazing flooring, the tile they put on there is amazing. They switched it up to a large format on the way up, and they've done these gold fixtures. It's absolutely amazing, guys. This thing is huge, lots of space. And I'm assuming you see the water fall shower faucet up top, which is pretty cool. And let's take a look at a lot of people's favorite part in the home, and that is going to be the closet. So if we look in the closet, oh yeah, this is decked out. This is so nice. Look at this. Looks like a retail store down somewhere on the strip. So this is gorgeous. It absolutely added everything you could add, including lights and dressers. And so that's kind of the concept here, is you don't even need dressers out in the bedroom, so to speak. You can have them right in your closet. Here they've done these pull downs where you can actually put clothes up there and then pull them down to the height you want. And so all kinds of storage space here. This is absolutely gorgeous. Very impressive closet. Okay, let's go take a look at that indoor-outdoor concept in this home. So one of my favorite things about this home is you can tell they've really designed it to take advantage of the indoor-outdoor living. And one of the first things you'll notice is this patio cover here. And so this is really nice because it gives you all kinds of shade. And this is its own little private area. So you can have people indoors, people outdoors, and they all can kind of still communicate and talk. You could even watch TV from here and still see the TV. You could, of course, add a TV out here too where that picture is, which would be kind of nice. But this is really nice. And as you step outside, you'll see they did a pool here to give you an idea of what you can do. Obviously, there's all kinds of choices in your backyard. In fact, Toll Brothers, to the best of my knowledge, doesn't even do backyards anymore. You would do this afterwards, aftermarket, and make it totally yours. And so if we look here, this particular home site is actually rather large, kind of has a pie shape to it in some respects, and therefore you have all kinds of space. You do have some limitations here. You can only build so close to the block wall because it's a retaining wall. So that's why you'll notice there is lots of space here. You could say, well, they could have made the pool larger. I don't know how larger they could have made it here. Probably not much because of these limitations of the wall. You can't upset the retaining wall and the structural integrity of that. Let's take a walk here and look at this. But this is absolutely stunning. They've done kind of this sitting area over here with a huge umbrella, which could really give you some nice shade, which you really need here in the summertime. And again, this is a pie shape, so you see there's all kinds of space. You can have a dog run over here and those sorts of things. So let's take a look. One thing I want to show you here, again, these storefront glass windows in front of the dining area, which really bring all kinds of light into that dining area. So let's walk back in here. Okay, so before we go upstairs, let's take a look here. And I just want to notice a couple of things over here. So first of all, they created an amazing gym out of this guest room area. So this is a full ensuite, if you'll notice. Beautiful setup, all kinds of detail. Again, all kinds of different textures. You'll notice the flooring in the shower is different from the flooring on the floor, and different tiles used in the shower surround itself. Pretty amazing, and different textures here. Again, probably a porcelain, it looks like. Can't totally tell, it could be a quartz also. Walk back into this. This would be like a bedroom, but they set it up again as a gym. So it has its own little kind of built-in beverage center. They did something really cool, which is the floating mirror. So this is kind of neat. So it looks like the whole mirror is floating. Of course, they did that light package around it, so it even enhances that. But obviously, this would be a guest room or an office or whatever you like, but just a really beautiful look. And let's go take a look over here. And we have another bedroom. And this is ensuite also. So if you look, this is another guest bedroom. And it's nice, and it's a good size. It's not huge, but it definitely does a trick for guests. And nice size bathroom here attached to it, high ceilings. I mean, these are big rooms. It's not like this is a small little bathroom that's attached. This is a full-size bath and has a tub, of course. So now let's go up to one of my favorite parts of the home. Let's go up the stairs and take a look. So as we walk up this single stringer, you start to really take in the views below you and just realize how gorgeous this is. They didn't spare any money when designing this. I mean, if you look at the detail up here on the ceiling, you have wood planks mounted on the ceiling. Then you have these beams with all the chandeliers hanging down for the island, chandeliers for the main great room. So this is just gorgeous. And of course, the stairs really accents it all, kind of outlines the area. As we get to the top here of the stairs, we see this amazing built-in wet bar. And kind of a little area here that's a loft area. You can play cards or set it up however you like. Here we go. And if you walk in this room, this is amazing. Look at the views you get up here. First of all, they have glass everywhere you look. There's windows on the right here, which they have covered up, which is nice because the sun is coming right here. You also have basically floor to almost ceiling glass, which opens up the view. They've made this like a little sitting area, which is just gorgeous and stunning, very separate from the other areas where you may be watching TV. Then over to the left here, you have another true indoor-outdoor feature, which is a covered patio. What I love about this, and you can see I can't get out there because it's locked. Oh, it's unlocked. I apologize. So let's go take a look here. So you'll see they have a large format tile they've used out here. But the best thing about this space is you're covered from the sun, but yet look at the views. I mean, this is gorgeous. And this is true indoor-outdoor. You know, you're truly living the life out here at Lake Las Vegas. And if you see down below you, you'll see there's another row of homes, or 2 rows of homes below you. And so some of that lakefront will be gone from this particular patio, but you can imagine if you built this right on the water. I mean, it's just amazing. Here you're a little elevated, so you're gonna lock in some of those mountain views, in theory, forever. So that makes it kind of nice. Okay, so let's keep going through the tour here. I'm going to take you to the other bedrooms in the home just to show you there's lots of space here. Here's another angle of that first area I showed you, that loft area. It's just beautiful. And it's neat to look down below. There's just, you really realize all the detail work that was put into creating this model home. Really crafting it. This is true craftsmen that have built this. You can see the quality, huge baseboards. You can see the quality throughout. It's beautiful. And as we walk into this little powder room area, it really serves the purpose of the people here in the loft area. A lot of builders have missed this. You have a loft area and then you have to walk into use a bathroom instead of a bedroom. So this was a nice little catch. The architect thought of this. So here we walk into another guest room. This is set up as a kind of an office slash guest room, at least the way it's modeled, but it's basically a guest room. It's a good size. There's lots of space. You see the size of the dresser, the size of the furniture here. It has its own closet over to the left. Of course, you could deck that out with any sort of built-ins. And they really went with a dark look in here. So let's take a look. This is a huge bathroom here. If you look at this, the shower is awesome. Look at that tile. That's kind of that wood look tile. It's gorgeous. These black fixtures. It's a beautiful tile. This stuff looks great. I think that's also, I would say that's a porcelain. They can print anything nowadays. It could be a ceramic as well, but most likely it's porcelain. And as we go here, you'll see these are huge rooms. There's just no shortage of space in this home. I mean, this is for just a guest bedroom. Look at the size of this vanity area. This is huge. So this is pretty cool. So guys, this is an amazing home. Again, it's the 2-story out here. In this particular series, Toll Brothers went a little bit smaller than their last series of homes. I think they hit the perfect spot here as far as what people are looking for. Hi everyone, thanks for coming along with me on this amazing tour of Incanto Lago by Toll Brothers. And remember, do me a favor, call me at 702-530-9850. 702-530-9850. It's important that you call me because if you call me first, I can represent you in the purchase of your brand new Toll Brothers home. Why is this important? It's important because I used to work at Toll Brothers. I know exactly how they do things. I know exactly how to get you the best deal, the best home site. Maybe you're looking for a special financing. Maybe it's certain dollars towards design features. Whatever the need is, whatever the want is, give me a call and I can make sure that we do everything we can to get you the very best deal. Either go to newhomenation.com, again, newhomenation.com, or call me at 702-530-9850. And thanks again for watching. Have a good one, and we'll have more videos in the future. Take care.